Out front now, Congressman Mike Quigley, a Democrat who has been serving on the House Intelligence Committee for almost a decade, hopes to keep his assignment. So, Congressman, let me just start with where you are right now. Do you think McCarthy will be successful in stripping all three of your Democratic colleagues of their committee assignments?
Well, he certainly has the capabilities unilaterally, as you said, to do it on the Intel Committee. We'll see what the House does, the full House does. It needs to be said, the Intel Committee is very different. You can argue it's as important a committee as we have. It has oversight over the intelligence community that keeps us safe. So what he's talking about is throwing people off who have some of the most institutional memory about those national security matters because he doesn't like them. They don't like Adam Schiff, not because he stood up to President Trump, because he was so good at it. And frankly, I had a ringside seat. They don't have anybody that can compete with him legally, in leadership, and clearly in messaging.
And you know, look, McCarthy's been promising, as you know, Congressman, retribution ever since the Democrats stripped Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar from their committees. Here's what he told Breitbart News.
The Democrats have created a new thing where they're picking and choosing who could be on committee. Never in the history have you had the majority tell the minority who could be on committee. But this new standard, which these Democrats have voted for.
Were you at all surprised, though, when he actually did it, especially pertaining Adam Schiff, who, of course, was the chairman of that committee, the face of it?
You know, I guess I'm not surprised. I don't know what promises he made, among the others, to get his gavel. But it's unfortunate. These are false equivalences. I think he recognizes that in his heart. They know that, look, Eric Swalwell, as much as President Trump hated him, if there was anything they could have used against him, and the FBI said he did nothing wrong, they would have used it. So there's nothing there except for a false equivalence going after people you don't like who are particularly effective at their jobs. And in the end, the Intelligence Committee will do without, if this goes forward, two of its most effective members.
All right. You're, of course, well, I know you're hoping to remain on that committee. Have you heard anything from him? Are you confident that you will continue to serve?
You know, this is a select committee, so I serve there to the maximum unless there's a waiver. I guess the final waiver has to be signed by the Speaker of the House. So I guess I leave it up to him, and the fact that I've done my job well. I guess if he doesn't like me, he won't do that. But again, this isn't doing it for the right reasons.
I want to ask you before we go, since obviously you so much information on intelligence, about the classified documents found in one of President Biden's private offices from his time as VP. The new Republican chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Turner, has requested from the DNI a damage assessment, he says, of the documents found. And he says that there's, quote, potential violation of laws. Congressman, do you leave open the possibility that President Biden broke the law?
Look, all these mishandling cases matter. No one is above the law. An investigation is warranted. I was heartened by the fact that the U.S. attorney from my hometown, Chicago, was selected to do the initial analysis. Let that investigation take place. So we're doing what the Republicans didn't, and that's say if there's something wrong here, it needs to be investigated. But all indications are there's an extraordinary difference in magnitude and scope, and clearly the level of cooperation. And as prosecutors traditionally have handled mishandling cases, the intent matters. How these things are stored mattered. Disloyalty to the United States. You know, in all the measures they look at, almost all of them do apply to former President Trump, and none of them seem to apply at this point to President Biden. But let's let the investigation take its course.
Yeah, certainly appears to be a huge difference in magnitude and motivation. Thank you very much, Congressman. I appreciate your time.
Anytime. Thank you.